I was meditating when I suddenly felt something was wrong. With my eyes closed, I felt countless hands around me, closing in, pulling at my body. I immediately felt uneasy. I looked down and realized it was just an ant, not hands at all. It didn't seem like a big deal, but when I looked around, there was more than one ant on the floor. I followed their trail, and it led to a hole in the wall. I couldn't understand it. I rushed over to take a closer look. The hole was pitch black. I couldn't see anything. Before I knew it, my scalp started itching intensely. I didn't know what was happening, but in the following days, strange things kept happening. I found myself unconsciously scratching while working. Even at night, when I was chatting with my boyfriend before bed, I'd suddenly start scratching my scalp without realizing it. It got worse and worse. I even considered using a file to scrape my head. I felt like I was losing control. Then one day, I went to the warehouse to grab something. What happened next made me realize how dangerous the situation had become. I was just rummaging through some old stuff when I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around, and all the lights in the room flickered on. The footsteps turned into a woman's crying. Was something wrong in the warehouse? I rushed over to check. The crying was coming from the right side of the warehouse. I crouched down and asked if anyone needed help. But when I looked down, there was no one there, just ants crawling all over the ground. As I tried to figure out where they came from, a shadow appeared in the mirror. It grabbed me from behind. I jumped in shock, but it was just the warehouse manager. From that moment on, I became extremely cautious. I rushed back home and sealed the hole in the wall with cement and plaster, but the itching on my scalp never stopped. One night, an ant crawled into my nostril. I was sleeping on the couch. I suddenly felt something strange. The ant in my nose made me cough uncontrollably. I could barely breathe. Then thousands of ants started crawling out of my body. My limbs felt like they didn't belong to me. It was as if the ants were controlling me. The next morning, it all seemed like a nightmare, but the strange things kept happening. I started searching online for answers, but found nothing. A few days later, while I was doing some crafts, an album fell from a nearby shelf. It was my parents' photo album, but my mom passed away when I was very young. I tried to remember what she looked like, but then I noticed something strange. Her arms were covered in red dots. I quickly grabbed a magnifying glass. They were all scratch marks. Had my mom gone through the same thing?